hello, hi. It's good to see you guys. Hi. Oh, immediate autoclave. Hello into autoclave. Good try. Hello. Thank you for checking in, Weetabix, and thank you for checking in, Tomia, and thank you for checking in, Gren, and hello, Gren, and whoa, it's 3 stream streak. Hello, Dr. Z-Track. Hello, how is everyone doing? I was waiting for you to come on stream just for that, and you failed. Good try. Try again next time. Try to get me next time. Though, I feel like the odds, they're not looking very 50-50. I think the success, like, the autoclaves that's gone by there's way more autoclaves that went through successfully compared to the autoclaves that failed. I'm looking at these numbers and they're not adding up. Something is rigged here. And it's not rigged in my favor. Anyway, thank you guys. Hi. Today is just kind of drawing. No big science-y yap. I'm at 1/3 successful, so I call rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged in whatever way you want to call it rigged. It's not. For me, it's rigged. You guys keep getting successful ones, so I'm just saying. Just got home from work. Oh, how was work? My day was pretty good. I relaxed a lot today. It's been a very super rainy day, so I didn't get I couldn't do much of the things I had planned. There's so many fun summer events happening, but everything got canceled because it was raining all day. But that's okay. I got to do some nice just relaxing at home. I was working on a lot of different projects. By working on a lot of projects, I mean I was doing a little bit, and then I would move on to the next project that I want to do. And so things, I didn't really get a lot done, but it was the feeling that I did a lot while also relaxing. So it was pretty nice. All while the rain was raining really, really hard. It was raining so hard. I think there's water coming. There was water in my apartment building. I think there's something wrong with the roof, but it's not my concern. It's not getting into my room. I'm watching you while playing Warframe. Fun stuff. I love how rainy today was. Very relaxing. It was really relaxing. I just kind of wish it wasn't so rainy. It's it was the super duper rain. It was flash flood rain over here. So it meant I don't if it's a little bit of rain, it's fine to, go out and about in my business. I have these little cute pink rain boots and this pink raincoat that I love to wear when it's just a little bit rainy. And then, you put on a nice rainy day playlist and you really I'm living that fantasy romanticized life. But when it's so much rain, I don't want to deal with that. I saw a crazy video of some lady in my area. It was raining so hard, and she was getting off the bus, and she got swept away in the rain as she was boarding off the bus. And I thought it was fake, but it was real. It was just so much rain in the streets that she got literally pulled away and started floating in the gross street water. Pretty nasty and not nice. I've seen that. Yeah, it was going all around. I just thought when I saw that, I was if that was me, I think I would never want to go outside again. I don't that would be it. That would be it for me. I'm never going out. I just got swept away in gross city street water and filmed, and now it's public and viral, and yeah. I hate the rain. I had to drive through it to pick up my sister from her sleepover. Yeah, I'm driving in the rain is awful. Doing it. But, when it's this rainy, it's kind of nice to just stay in and be a little lazy. We're just gonna do some art today. I have a thing I want to work on, but I want to do a little warm up first. So I'm just gonna like doodle. I've been trying to be better about like stretching and, you know, warming up and doing things like that because it's actually good for you. Who would have thought that you're supposed to warm up your muscles? I've been even trying to do that more in the gym too. Everyone online now knows you as the girl that got swept away by dirty water. And that's what I'm saying. Dirty city water. The poor girl didn't even stand a chance. The moment she was like trying to like daintily like get out, like, oh gosh, that is a lot of water. Let me get out of there. And she just got literally just dropped into the water and started floating away. It's pretty sad. It's pretty crazy how much water there was. I can understand why it was a flood warning. I'm surprised the buses were even able to drive in that. Like how good are like those, how tall? I was also thinking, how much water was there? I'm pretty short. I might get carried away really far in that kind of water. I might have gone like all the way like into the river. So what else have I been up to? It was really, really hot this week, so I didn't get to really do that much. It went into, like, it's incredibly hot weather, like, really, really hot, like 30-something degrees Celsius, which is like 90-something F, into nice weather, but very, very cold. Not very cold, but very rainy. So I didn't feel like I got to experience too much. I've never seen the city get like that. I've heard about the snow though. The snow was also crazy last winter. I learned that the city has things called like snow melters, and I've never heard of that, but it's kind of like interesting. There's these machines that like they pile the snow onto it and then they start just melting the snow. And I was like, that's kind of a genius, like that's kind of a 5-head genius move to get rid of a lot of snow. Instead of having to worry about shoveling it and putting the snow somewhere, just melt the snow. But I'm gonna guess if it's not something I've ever really heard of and not frequently done, surely it means it must be inefficient in some way. Like, there probably was just way too much snow that there was nothing that could be done about it. Like, there was no way to actually physically move all the snow, so you just had to melt it all. But I kind of like the idea of just melting snow. Something about that, it was very... The video that was online of them melting a bunch of snow was very, very satisfying. Let's see, and this week, did I do anything fun? I went to go see The Boys finale in theaters, if anyone watches that. I won't spoil it because I don't think it's nice to spoil the thing that just released on the week of the thing just releasing. I thought the season was okay, though. It was pretty fun going to see it in theaters. It was in 4D, and I haven't been to a 4D movie in so long. Oh, autoclave. Well. Maybe it is rigged. 27 times now. He gigantified it. Maybe you're the one contributing to all the fails. Maybe there's some individual fail stacks going on here. Some people, I feel like they've succeeded every single time. Like when Rip comes in here, I feel like it succeeds so often. I saw the movie in not the it wasn't a movie. The finale in 4D. And I think the last time I went to a movie in 4D was when I saw The Hobbit come out in theaters. Like, now it has to be like a decade ago, right? The Hobbit's been it's been so long since The Hobbit was in theaters. And I don't like does any who the 4D is where the seats move and like things spray at, like little mists of water spray at you, and like things like little gusts of air come out. And I want to know who does anyone actually go to these movies? Like, does anyone go see 4D willingly? That was the only option for the season finale, The Boys, like that, to watch it. And I just felt like I would never pay. I would never pay $30 to go have my seat moved on, like, without my consent. It was just moving. There were so many times. The Boys has a lot of, like, you know, hit, punch fight scenes, and every time they were punching, I was getting like flung around like crazy. It was just like and my phone like fell to the ground at one point because they were blasting my chair over and over. So we get sprayed with bacteria mid-movie. I was thinking, like, it was kind of gross at one point when it sprayed something. I was like, I don't like this. I feel like I don't know where this water's been. It started spraying air at one point as well during like a gunfight. Like, they were shooting, they were on pew pew, and they would do like pops of air, and the air smelled pretty funky and foul. And I didn't know if it was smelling funky and foul to like go like, yeah, that's how like gunpowder fight scenes smell, but it was not pleasant. They don't even have one in my city. I was like, I didn't even know like the theater that I go to has one. I'll be hanging out with IRL friends, so I can't say for stream. Hope stream goes well. Bye-bye. Bye, Joseph. Thank you for just stopping by. Toilet water. Maybe it was toilet water. I didn't enjoy it. But it was like a fun experience that at least like I got to do. I don't think I would ever spend $30 also. $30 to have that kind of experience is so much. Did you know? I think this happened also with the other I'm guessing this happened with other shows that they've had available in theaters, like Stranger Things. But if you buy a ticket to like one of these like streaming services in the theaters, they give you like a reimbursement of your ticket price and then give you a voucher to go to concessions, because I guess there's like I don't know. I don't really get why. But I spent $30 to go see The Boys in theaters, and then they gave me a $30 voucher to go buy snacks. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm just paying for overpriced movie theater popcorn. Hi, Beppo. Hello. Hope you're having a good day. Had trials today. It was fun. Oh, did you do well? I'm sorry that you're playing this TFT set. Oh, you made it to day 2. Congrats. I'll have to watch. I will have to tune in to see how you do. I don't think this set's too bad. Okay, well, as long as you don't think it's so bad. I can't, unfortunately, stomach one. I played a bit of PvE, and unfortunately, I can't stomach one ranked game, sadly. $30 to get toilet water at you. It was a good experience. It's just baseline TFT for Beppo. That's fair. I wish I I was thinking the other day, I really wanted to play, I want to play some TFT, but I really don't want to play this set. And it made me sad. I guess I wish I had a higher tolerance for when TFT is not that fun. Because I think it sucks when I don't have TFT to play. Because I like to use my brain, and also I like to climb. Because I don't play a lot of games where there is a lot of like rank, like there's any competitive aspect of climbing. But yeah, I can't. I don't want to play this set. Maybe next set. Maybe next set will be better. As you can imagine, like when you give out like $30 concession vouchers, it is so, the line to get into the theater was so long. I went there like 20 minutes early, and I think I waited like whole 20 minutes to get my concessions because everyone had, you know, the $30 to use, and everyone's like, and I was like, I wonder how much the theater makes from this, and I realized they make a lot of money. There were so many people that were going crazy because they had this $30 voucher, and they're like, I'm gonna get everything, and they were like ordering nachos and popcorn and a pretzel and a drink and some candy, and they were paying extra, and I was like, I see how this works. Ended up paying like $2 extra because I wanted candy. Hello, Professor Nico in chat. Hello, Nooblit. Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. We're just warming up a bit right now. What if I draw a hand from scratch right now? Okay, that's not happening. I'm so used now to using like 3D models to help me with hands, is that drawing a hand from scratch is so hard. I don't really like, that's one of the reasons it's so hard to draw on stream sometimes, because I think I spend so much time setting up a 3D model, and then that's not very fun to watch. It's not very fun watching me fight with a 3D model. That reminds me, there was so much discourse on that on social media like last week or so. So many people were like, you can't draw with a 3D model. That's tracing and stealing and blah, blah, blah. I think it's fascinating what people get hung up on. Okay, I think we're warmed it up a bit. Okay, I want to start doing the line art on this guy. Not if you change stuff on the art. Yeah, I mean, 3D models, like in general, they still require so much from you. You can't even like... Oh, you usually have to do so much to make the 3D model work for you, and it doesn't even come with clothing. You have to like figure out clothes physics and all that, and hair physics and the face and all that. It's just mostly like, it's a nice like nice way to speed up like some of the sketching process. It doesn't like even do, it's not even like the whole thing. And then like don't get me started on trying to figure out like how it looks colored after that too. I don't like this brush. This brush is not making me feel happy things. Do I have a better brush I can use? Why is art so fickle? Sometimes the brush gives me happy feelings one day, and then the other times the brush does not give me the happy feelings. This brush is also... yeah, I know. I feel... I'm not feeling any of this. Maybe that one? Maybe that one, but tinier? But now that's way too light. Bob Ross stream. I know. Sometimes I, like, wish I could do traditional art. I watch like when I watch the Bob Ross streams, and they are when he just like does something like this. Hold on, I need a watercolor brush. No, that's way. When he just does something like this, I wish I could do something like that and make it look like anything. It doesn't like get the same feeling when it's digital. Like there's no like thickness into the oil, the paints and all that. But traditional art is so hard. Every time I've tried to get into it, I get like demotivated so fast. Oh, I kind of like that brush. Oh, I like that. I like that. I hate line arting. Line arting might not be my favorite thing, especially when it comes to eyes. I feel like eyes look so much nicer when they're like roughly sketched and draft and like have a looseness to them. But then when you like line art, so much of that looseness seems to go away. That might be a me problem. This is from Professor Layton. Many colors, but doesn't know what to choose from. I know. I also think there's... No, this is from Z to A. Also, yeah, also that's a hard problem too with traditional art. I love being able to kind of just use the color wheel and pick whatever color I want. It's really hard when you have traditional art because you kind of have to like... You actually have to know color theory. You gotta actually know how to mix things and make things happen. Traditional art is also so expensive. Every time I have this like I'm in this phase of watching too many videos or shorts or whatever on people that do traditional art, and then I go, I want to do that, and then I want to buy things like Copic markers and acrylic paints and easels and watercolor paints, and I want to just like dabble in every little aspect of traditional art, and then I like put all that stuff in my shopping cart, and then it's like $1,000. I know the answer is just pick one. It's just like you should just pick one. Pick one aspect of traditional art that you like want to do. But what if I just want to do all of them? What if I want to do the markers and the pencils and all that? Hobbies are expensive. Hobbies are very expensive. Sometimes it's not even just... It can be like the cost of getting into them. And it could also just be... the autoclave! Oh, and you got it! Tomoya, how could you? 42. See that number, that ratio can't be right. Something's wrong. It's rigged not in my favor. Yeah, some hobbies are so expensive, and sometimes it's not even the material cost. Sometimes it's just like it can be expensive in time. And I know I shouldn't think too much about that because, like, you know, I'm spending time doing hobbies, and that's good. I think it's good to spend time doing hobbies and all that. But like, I really want to get more into music and all that, and like learning music and all that jazz, blah blah blah. But then it's so much time to spend to like really get into music and the way that I want to. Like, I really want to understand more about theory. I want to understand more about like all that. Like, I was doing a lot of like hearing tests and sound tests, and like it's basically like studying. It's like learning. It just takes so long. And then when you combine that with all other hobbies I want to do, I'm like, well, I want to work on my learning Korean hobbies again. Like, I like learning Korean, and that's also takes a long time too. I go like, what if I just spend an hour every day on these hobbies, and then an hour every day adds up when you have like a bunch of hobbies you want to do. As a Magic the Gathering player, I can confirm hobbies are expensive. I hear, is it like expensive to buy the cards and all that? I think card hobbies are pretty expensive. Collecting is quite a lot. Though, like, some cards are expensive. Sad. Expensive hobbies. That's cool that you're more interested in theory rather than singing or playing of the music. I do want to like. I want to learn. I would like to learn how to sing betterer. I can't really sing that well. And I'd also like to learn like piano a bit. But I also think what would be really cool is to really understand more on the musical theory. And I know people say, oh, well, you can just jump into doing the instruments and the singing. You're like, you don't need that kind of background. But it's just more like, I think it's interesting to learn those aspects. So I've like spent time doing things like tuning tests to really get a grasp on what my hearing, like understanding like how to hear different scales and majors, and like going like, okay, that's what that sounds like, and that's how you can hear what that sounds like. But it just takes so much time, and it's something you have to be consistent with. I think I was doing it pretty consistently at one point, and I was getting pretty good at hearing a bunch of different, like my hearing was getting really good. But then I stopped, and then I tried to do it again recently, and I was like, oh, I can't hear anything. My hearing is broken again. I don't collect cards for value, though. I collect cards to make my decks better. That's also, like, I feel like I can't get into something like that where I feel like you have to spend money. I remember like that feeling it when I was a kid and I wanted to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I was like, wait, you gotta spend money to like get the good cards and good deck? What the heck's up with that? And then I just never got into those kind of things. I love to go camping, need a new tent for summer once all this rain and cold and rain goes away. Camping, that's something I'm not really, like, nature, like camping, I've never really experienced that. I think it'd be fun to do that, though. Ah, what is that shape? CSP. I only got into Magic back in August, so I'm relatively new to the hobby. Well, you know, I think it's probably good. Like, even though it's expensive and costs money, you could probably still enjoy it for cheap. And that's usually what people say about those kind of like card hobbies and all that. Do I have any, like, I guess aside, like, do I spend a lot of money on other hobbies? Because I feel like most of the things right now are just like most of the things I say are expensive. It's a lot. I don't really spend anything right now. collect like anime figures, but I also don't like. I don't want to say that's a hobby. I feel like that's just me collecting things. That's just me hoarding plastic pieces of plastic anime girls. For me to say yes, I like seeing the plastic anime girls on my shelf. Oh, thank you for the follow, Trixie, and hello. You just saw a short of me, and here I am, live and in your face. I'm not talking. You probably saw a short of me doing science, but I'm not talking science right now. We're just yapping about anything and drawing. I have a personal price limits on card and try to limit how much I buy at a time. I only recently bought a card that's really good for one of its price halved recently because I saw a reprint. Man, I think I get too competitive in things that like if there's like a skill involved, but then I want to like be really good at it. And so like if I got into something like a card collecting hobby that costs money, I would spend a lot of money. Thank you for the follow, Peppermint. Okay. Oh, and thank you for the head pat. My hobbies are mainly live music, concerts, bars. I went to the Bruno Mars concert in Ohio Wednesday. Oh, was that nice? I think Bruno Mars. I really like Bruno Mars's music, even though I don't really like know much about him. I think his music is just kind of fun to hear. This art style is really cute. Oh, thank you. Oh. What kind of science stuff do you talk about? I talk about all kinds of science stuff, but my expertise is more in the biological sciences. I talk a lot. This month I was talking a lot about cancer science. So because this month is National Cancer Research Month in the US. So I talked a lot about that because I have expertise in cancer science research. But when it's not Cancer Research Month, I talk a lot about microbiology, biology. I also like talking about generally any kinds of things related to science, especially to give people insight into the world of science, like how science is done, how you get into science, what science means, blah blah blah. My buddy went to a Gavin dance concert in Michigan last weekend. Oh, fun. I feel I haven't been to any concerts of late. Have I? I'm thinking. Not really. I used to go to so many K-pop concerts when I was in undergrad, but I haven't gone to anything lately. Even though I feel like I'm so close by to so many things. I don't even have to book a hotel anymore, yet I don't make the time to go. Concert tickets are just so expensive. If you're into concerts, I'm sure you guys have also noticed, concert tickets are crazy expensive. Yes, it was amazing. It was an open field, so it was raining a bit and cold, but would do it again. Oh, that sounds fun. That's really nice. It was, are you a student? You sound very well versed, so I assume either hobbies or have an academic background. I work as a cancer science writer and editor for a big national cancer center. My background, I was in a PhD program for, molecular pharmacology, and then I dropped out and I got my master's instead. And then I went on to do this work, which is cancer science writing and editing. Is it weird that a random research topic made me love mycology? No, I feel like people's love for science can come from anywhere. What random research topic made you get into mycology? I've only ever went to like 4 in my life. Oh, I used to go. Bad use. Okay, guys, if you're a student, don't use your student aid money like I did, which is I would spend like my leftover financial aid rather than helping me live. I would go to concerts all around the world. Like, not all around the world, actually. That's a lie, because I did use some of that money and my work money and saved up to go to Korea at one point when I was in undergrad. But yeah, I would go to so many K-pop concerts with my friends. Like, we'd go all the way to like Chicago to California and go watch all of our favorite K-pop bands. How a white rot fungi makes wood rot faster. Oh, fascinating. Fungi are pretty cool. That's like one, that's, yeah, I am not too familiar with the fungi, our fun guys, but I do think they're very cool. W financial aid money. Do not use I do not recommend you guys use the financial aid money like I did, but I did have a lot of fun memories from it. Even though it did end up being a struggle. Like, I was eating ramen a lot of times after those concerts. I feel like I could have used a different brush, but now it's too late. I've been to a Bastille and Lofi. I never know how to pronounce her name. Live concert myself. I'd love to go to more, but none of my friends have the same music taste as me. We do be having sleep for breakfast when student loan runs out. I think I used to only go to concerts if I had a friend with me, but lately it's been so hard to when I do get to go, it's hard to convince a friend to go, because I tend to just go by myself, because it's like I can take a train to go, for example. I don't have to do a whole lot of planning in advance, while my friends usually have to, because they're not in the city. But it's not so bad going to concerts alone. Though lately, every time I've gone to a K-pop concert, I feel... I shouldn't feel this, but it's hard to not feel it. I feel like slight insecurity of my age, because I look around and I hear people talking about high school and middle school things. And one time I was asked what middle school, what high school do I go around here, and I looked at them and I was like, I'm not from here. I couldn't even give a better answer than that. I was like, I don't go here. I'm not from here. But I think that's because I went to K-pop concerts. K-pop is I'm going to places where it's the youngest demographic. I was thinking of going. They're not exactly K-pop, but they're kind of K-pop. Cat's Eye. But then I was like, oh goodness, that will truly age me if I go to see Cat's Eye. Because I already know. Because I've been on Facebook, and I'm friends with my undergrad principal, my principal investigator on Facebook from undergrad, and she shares pictures of her children who are 10, and she posts videos of them dancing to Cat's Eye music, and I go, okay, I can't be there. I can't be there. I have to just listen from afar. Girls do fart. Fascinating, Teacup. Fascinating. I think you might be onto something. Lies? The evidence is inconclusive. Maybe I get a bigger pen for this. I don't really like how that. I think he's onto something. Maybe he's on something. Maybe some of our fungi. Yeah, he could be, or he might be thinking like completely in a different dimension. He might be far ahead of what our thinking is. Maybe because of the fungi. I'd love to go to Tyler Creation. They have more people around my agent, but I feel a bit vulnerable going on my own all that way. I think I felt a lot of vulnerability, like doing like anything by myself for a while, because I was so used to like in undergrad. I feel like I got to like do everything with friends. I feel like that's like one of the saddest things when you leave undergrad is that you lose like, at least for me, it was like having like friends at such easy access. Like you can like, I can text my friends and they're like all in like walking distance or driving distance, or we're all kind of like on the same schedule because, you know, we're all students and like now everyone works and they live far away or something. It's not exactly the same. You can't really call people up and tell them to drop everything and go do something just because you're available. But because of that, I feel like I've gotten way more comfortable doing like so many things by myself. I used to like scream internally at the thought of going to a movie theater by myself. I would be like, I'm gonna be the loser girl sitting in a movie theater by herself. Now I feel like I do that so often. Or going out to eat by myself too. Now I get upset when there is no option to reserve tables by myself. Making friends in undergrad was so easy. I do miss it. It was so easy, and I was so like, I like always think about like I miss having such a easy like little campus, a community that's so accessible. You really like don't appreciate it until it's gone. I would stay up with like my friends in our little apartment building for so many hours, and we would be up until like 3 a.m. just watching different K-pop music videos, all while ignoring our exams, studying. Those were the times. And now it's so hard to do that. I think you can definitely, like, I'm sure if, like, you can make more of an effort to do that. That's just not the same. It gets, like, worse and worse, I feel like, as you get older, too. As I get more busier and busier and I travel more and, like, my responsibilities at work get increase, I just feel like, how am I ever supposed to, like, make time to go see a friend? If they're not in, like, they're not next door. Where's my little, like, community, like, easy to, like, community living buildings? Oh, an autoclave. Again. Good try, good try, good try. Unlucky. Unlucky. Try again in a little bit. I believe in you. That's next time. I believe in you next time. In my first year of uni, I had some friends, but none of them made it to second year, so I've been a bit lonely. Plus, I've already made. Thank you for the head pat, Shin. And I've been a bit lonely. Plus, people already made their groups in first year. Oh, that is the sad thing. I lost a lot of friends that way too. In first year, it feels like the friend group is so giant, and then it really like whittles down in second year. I had so many people that just like they didn't make it because they didn't, you know, take the schoolwork seriously, or some people they just didn't have the money to continue on, which is like that's even sadder. But it's really I agree. It is pretty hard to make friends in the second year. I tried so hard one of the problems I had was I was trying to make friends with people that were in my major in my second year, because I didn't really make any friends with like other biochemistry students because I was so busy with my friends that I made through like summer program before I went to my first year. But I wanted to be more friends with the people in my program. But they were like already close buddy. They all had like little friend groups already within themselves. Felt like being like an outsider. I don't think I ever made a single biochemistry friend. Sad. What are you drawing? I'm drawing something for my Twitch banner because I want to update my Twitch banner. This is ideally this is like the yellow is the media player, and then it'll look something like that. Like this, like that, like that. Right now, it's not look like I learned like my Twitch banner just like it gets. I put a thing in the middle, and it gets covered by the video player. I'm gonna go be niche now. Okay, bye. Thank you for the follow, Nyan. I think, I didn't. Also, similarly, I didn't make. You visually oh no, I'm sorry. I visually scrunched. Sorry. I'm sorry I cringed you out. It's okay. I'm kind of cringe. Nyan. Nyan. Not. It's in. Like. Oh, not Nyan like the cat. Nyan. I will remember that, Nyan. I also found it hard in this first year because I'm a bit socially anxious. I hadn't been friends since I was 8 years old. After all that effort to come to naught. Oh, yeah. I think it can be really daunting and scary. I think that's why I really appreciated having a summer program before I entered undergrad, where it was with other people who came from like similar backgrounds. And so it was like a lot more relaxed to make friends, and it felt like, okay, I have these buddies. That doesn't look even. It's not. I had my first year experience in grad school. I was pretty like socially anxious, even though I already went through undergrad. I didn't know why I felt so anxious in grad school, but I think it's because I felt like I had like a lot to prove going into a PhD program. And then I was worried about what kind of people were going to be there. And I was also going to be really far away from home. And I didn't have anyone. And none of my friends from like undergrad were going to be there. And then I went to the orientation and I felt like everyone like made friends really quickly. And then I didn't like know anybody in my cohort. I was like, how did you guys make friends already? Where did this camaraderie come from? What about me? I don't think it helped that I was really young compared to the rest of the people in my cohort. I took a year break from undergrad to my PhD program, but most of the people there, I think they were like working for years in industry, and they were married and they had kids, and I was just like a child. They just saw me as a child. I felt sad. Thank God for extroverts. I hope there's one in the college I'm attending. Yes, look for the extrovert that will adopt you. Or I didn't find an extrovert that adopted me. I think I just really clicked with my fellow introverts in the program in undergrad. I found group work easier because I was forced into a social situation. Otherwise, I'm more of a wallflower. Yeah, it's nice to have, like, people pulling you into the social situation. I made friends with the people in my D&D group. That's my friend group. In fact, one of the people in the D&D group, I was in high school and graduated. That sounds nice. A child at university and aunt at K-pop need to find a middle ground. I know, I just can't. There was no actual middle ground there. I feel like I just can't. I think even when I didn't have the extrovert that adopted me in undergrad, sometimes you just find the people that really click. This can be a scary thing to do, but I do find that it is effective, and it's made me some of the closest friends I had. Sometimes you just, if you feel the right vibes, you just kind of go for it, and you start saying the stupid things that you would normally say to a friend, and if they hook, line, and sinker, and you become friends, it's like the best. It's like the best feeling ever. Real friends will accept you for who you are. Yeah, exactly. And it just feels it is a scary thought of being proactive. I get it, Peppermint. It's gonna be scary, and I will tell you, there are times where I have it's one of those memories of oh gosh, why did I say that? Because it didn't work out. And that's okay if it doesn't work out. You might get haunted by it at some nights that the people didn't vibe with what you were saying. That happened to me in grad school. The people, I said something, dare I say, cringe, and very, very, maybe a little nerdy, and the people just kind of gave me the fake laugh, and we didn't become friends, but it's okay. That's life. I think seeing a science-based VTuber, which I needed to pursue radiologic technology, that's such a good field. I recommend going into that. There's good certificates and jobs. It's a really important field right now because it's always need it's hard for that to be replaced. Not the cringe memories. It's okay, the cringe memories. The cringe memories make us stronger. The cringe memories make us who we are. We learn from the cringe. We embrace the cringe. Some do definitely. Others make me want to crawl in a hole. Don't worry, Tomoya. I've got things that I think about, and I lay in my bed, and I stare at the wall, and I go, why did I ever think that was gonna make anyone want to talk to me? Believe me, I know I'm blowing out of proportion, but I feel like I might be wasting someone's time by talking to them. Oh, it's okay, Peppermint. It takes time to kind of develop some feelings to pass that. But believe me, Believe me, you are worth talking to. Everyone's worth talking to. Maybe some people won't agree, like, that person specifically, but you never know until you talk to them. And so that's why everyone's worth talking to. Geology rocks. Geology does rock. We do have a Discord. If you guys want to hang out and yap some more about random things, I am always there every single day yapping to the community. You've convinced me to be outgoing. I'm running for Prime Minister. That reminds me, I was telling some people about how Canadian government, I was watching some House of Commons, like, Canadian debate videos. They live stream that. And I think it's so funny how they do their debates. It's so different than, like, American debates. Usually, like, in an American debate, the representative says something, and then it's quiet, and then a different representative says something, and then it's quiet. But then the Canadian, like, House of Commons debates, they just are, like, the representative says something, and everyone in the back is going, yeah! Woo! It's just... Why is it like that? Does any Canadian know why they're, like, they hype up their representatives so much? Smart people are worth especially talking to. They are worth talking to. If you won't know until you, like, listen to them talk. So that's why you should talk to lots of people. Also, we have an ad break. I should take this opportunity to drink some water. Are there any Canadians in chat right now? I don't know if there are actually any Canadians. I know we have a few, like, in the community. I'm gonna post an example of it in the Discord after the stream, just because I think it's funny. The English House Con is so funny. They're all shouting over each other. It's like watching a bunch of school children debate economics. Exactly. That's what I was seeing in, like, the Canadian ones too. They're, like, literally, like, someone put it best that it feels like they're, like, in a school cafeteria and they're just, like, hyping up their man. They're, like, watching. They're making sure they're going woo 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 woo. It's so funny. It's so different than the US one. Maybe that's where they got it from, English. Because they are a colony. Hydrate the microbe. I am hydrating. I should have made tea. I kind of want tea, but I'll do that after stream. The ad break is over. Welcome back to the ad breakers. Tea. I don't really have anything, like, fancy though. It would just, like, I think be decaf English breakfast tea. It's even funny because they're all, like, 60 plus years white man chanting and having a feel like America could be in on this. Where is our, like, why do we have such moderated debates? Where's our, like, wooing and like cheering? I know we don't have hype men. We can't get along, unfortunately, to do that. I guess. Maybe we could at least pretend to get along. We can pretend to get along and do some hype manning. Thank you for the follow, Cheesinator. I should put, like, sound alerts. I meant to put sound alerts for my alerts, but it's so hard to find a nice sound. Some of your debates are funny, but it's only when Trump makes fun of Biden Kamala on national TV. There's funny things that are slightly, like, depressing, but nothing compares to the hype men debates of Canada and apparently the English. I need that in my life. Steve Ballmer with a good hype man. That's is it the Microsoft? That was the Microsoft CEO guy. Oh yeah, this guy. I just had to look it up. He was a good hype man. Ooh. Yeah, American politics are a little, like, there's a lot happening that it's a little sad. Maybe that's why I'm interested in watching Canadian politics, and I just go, what's going on over here, guys? And then I got enamored with the hype man politics. I don't like how that connects. Maybe something like that. I want to at least finish lining. I wish I was faster at this. Philippine politics is just corrupt, addressing the corruption. I'm not too familiar with Philippines politics, but that sounds about, like, right for a lot of countries' politics. We got a senator running from the police? What is happening over there? I think I want the teeth to be a little tinier. Something we just memed about it. I think, you know, what's funny is seeing politics in current day is always interesting because of how meme culture plays a big role nowadays, like now in how we talk about anything that happens. It's funny just seeing, like, memes made of like political events, how people respond by making memes, how people cope by making memes. We like our such a meme culture. I think it's a lot easier to talk about how you're feeling about events through a meme rather than expressing words for a lot of people. Oh, rip. And see, it always works for him. Busy at work. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. With your art skills, do you get asked to do signs or logos and such for science at work? I get asked to do various conference logos just because I know Photoshop. I keep it pretty I keep it pretty like low key that I know how to do anything like artistic. I keep it very low key at work because when I did that in grad school, I used to show off that I can draw, and I got asked to do so many visual abstracts. Thank you for checking in, Rip. I drew so many people's abstracts for them and like in my lab, and you can't say no because my PI would say, oh, you have to do it. Like, you gotta do it. And so I would draw like so many visual abstracts. And I don't think they didn't like understand, like, I can draw. Sure, I can draw, but like what you're asking for is a lot different than what my skill set is. Have you watched the Baby Broccoli videos about the former mayor of Toronto? Bobby Broccoli videos. I have not. I have not watched those. I don't know what that is. Very smart of you. The most that I do at work is I show that I know how to use Adobe Illustrator to put together some posters. And like very minimal, very, very minimal skills. Bit bigger. I try to keep expectations on myself low so I don't get bombarded. You wanna like, it's not like I don't mind doing the work. I think it's fun to help people, especially my colleagues. I mean, I like my colleagues, and I can, if I like can help, I will try to help. But it just sucks. Like, if you try to if you show a little bit too much, you will like get used in that way. Like, I will power limit myself, but if I find that I can be of assistance and they really need help, I will be available to help them get out of that situation. Enter stream autoclave when he refuses to elaborate, leave. That's the Rip style, and maybe that's why he's able to succeed every time. I know, baby broccoli. Maybe I'm just hungry. Hi, Opossum. What are you cooking today? We're cooking a drawing up to do for my Twitch banner. This is the mock-up. It will have logo. I don't know what's going to go over there, and then drawing. I want to just make it look a little nicer. Because right now the Twitch banner is not looking so hot. And then I could also use this for my YouTube banner as well. We had a guy dress up as a broccoli on a live TV in England to debate people identify as different genders by saying he identified as broccoli. Oh, I see. I liked hearing more about the idea that they were a baby, that they were baby broccoli. My artistic talent isn't really good for normal situations. I would cook at weddings. I do amateur photography. I feel like sometimes you never know when your skill set could be utilized. So it's always like, whenever you go into the like corporate work field, it's usually best to keep it low key. Like unless it can give you huge beneficial, like advantageous benefits, like something can like you can get some good raises or whatever out of this, but for the most part I think you keep your skill set like I can do the job description. Rad techs are just medical photographers, also partly why I want to pursue it. Yeah, I mean, I at one point, before I went into my PhD and like before I decided on biochemistry, I was thinking I wanted to do medical illustration because I was like, well, I like to draw and I like science. Like, what if I just do both of them and do medical illustration as a program? But then I learned like it was like really competitive, and also it was not the kind of thing that I would like to draw. Like it would be drawing like you're mostly doing like not very fun cellular figures and all that. It's not like that amazing and great. I think I would get kind of bored of it. So I'm pretty happy with where I am. I would try to like I think if I tried to go into medical illustration, I would try to make things way too cute. And then I'd lose my job. Cute, I like the post. Thank you, Possum. That was a problem when I was in grad school and people were asking me for the visual abstracts. They would do like mouse things. I'm gonna show you. And I would draw a mouse like this. I would draw like a mouse like this, for example, and then they told me, we can't submit this in the paper. And I was like, but why? Why? It is cute. And then they forced me to draw the mouse not cute. I'm just saying, they hate cute. If it was my paper. It wasn't my paper, so I couldn't. It wasn't my say. But if it was my paper, I would have done this. And one of the interventions, one of the things I remember I drew, they're like, well, we have to show that the mouse dies. And then I was like, what if we just do this? And they're like, you can't do that. And I was like, you guys are so boring. Biochem also sounds kind of pretty fun. Low-key did kind of fail chem. Biochem, I liked biochem. I chose biochem for like a really random reason. There was a YouTuber I really liked when I was a kid in high school, and they said they studied biochemical engineering. But then I didn't want to do engineering, but then I wanted to be like them. And they said, and then I was like, I think biochemistry sounds like biochemical engineering. So then I studied biochemistry. Terrible way to choose a major. I think it would work great to pique the interest of students. So that's what I was saying. I think these people, they were really like curmudgeons, older curmudgeons that kind of like things the way they are. Unfortunately, like, the research I was doing never got into, like... They never asked for a visual abstract, so I never got to draw the cute mice. I drew mice for one of the figures I did in a literature review, but they weren't very cute. Because it wasn't... This time, the PI did let me, and I think the editors were the one that told me they have to change the thing, and they made it, like, less cute. Man, it's just like blockades in every way you go. I watched a Netflix series and a series. Character was in aerospace, so I applied and got deferred because my grades weren't good. Now I study robotic engineering. You know, robotic engineering sounds so cool. I wish I could, like, do math. But math not for me. Gotta put some flair in the paper so people read it. That's what I'm saying. I think nowadays, I think there are something, like, I think people are making some headway in adding some personality, so to say, to science. There's been some cool journal covers that are, like, really cute art. But I think, like, the overwhelming majority is still, like, we want things the way they've always been. No change. I feel like I need to change that. I'm a geology major? No, I don't know what this random rock you found in the yard is just by looking at it. You know, I think, like, I feel like every person, they have that similar situation that happens to them where someone goes up to them and goes, hey, do you know this? And I'm like, I don't know this. Unfortunately, like, as I've been doing the cancer research month content, there have been some comments, and I feel terrible that I don't have an answer for them. Sometimes they've, like, asked me, like, do you know, like, how I could treat my grandmother? And I'm like, oh gosh, this is, like, beyond me. I'm really sorry. I'm really, like, you should ask your like, the doctor will have more information. I'm no longer being niche. I saw too many cornballs. Okay, welcome back, Nyan. What bacteria? Nico, what bacteria is this? That's like a common thing too. Oh, like, when I go, I really like the Moldly Interesting subreddit, but it's supposed to be just showing, like, cool mold pictures, but so many times people, like, come in there and go, my bathroom is full of this. What's this? And I'm like, they're like, buddy, we can't tell you can't tell you what this is just by, like, a really blurry picture of it. I don't watch anime apart from the Pokemon anime when I was younger. Oh, a shame. Mm. Mm. I think r/mycology. I love that there's so many different subreddits of, like, for all kinds of niche interests. It's one of my favorite parts about Reddit. There's a lot of parts of Reddit I don't like, but I do like seeing niche subreddits of people interested in a very specific topic, and there's so many experts of that topic, or even just hobbyists, and everyone just loves this topic. It's great. It's fantastic. I love that. Oh, thank you for checking in, Possum. What got you into this particular style of drawing? I have, like, a lot of different influences. My art style kind of flip-flops based on whatever because I like experimenting a lot. But this one, I just think it's a cute mix of, like, all the chibi styles that I really like to look at. I've been really into drawing eyes like this recently too. Sometimes I have phases. If you ever draw, especially like an anime style, I have phases where I draw the eyes super detailed, like similar to like my VTuber model's eyes, like much more detailed. And then I have phases where I just like drawing everything black and then a circle and like a white circle in the middle. I just like, it's whatever I'm feeling. Where I'm a very vibes artist. W part about Reddit. There's a lot of parts of Reddit I don't like. But you know, that part is fun. Sometimes I really like getting recommended subreddits that I have no knowledge whatsoever on. And I just I still read through them just because I think it's fascinating to hear. It's fascinating to hear what people are talking about. I get recommended the old school RuneScape subreddit really often because I play a lot of different games, and those games I think have a lot of crossover. Like there's a lot of community crossover with people who play RuneScape, and I have no idea what those people are talking about, but it's really fun to kind of understand like, oh, okay, I see. I don't see, but it's just interesting. I hate that I follow loads of anime servers because I love the shows, but there's always spicy content runes. Shows like Free Ren and Apothecary Diaries. I agree. This is like my worst, like the worst part about Reddit. Oh, gotta go. Church time. Oh, thank you, Trixie. I'm so glad you enjoyed the content. Thank you for hanging out. Bye, bye, bye. I also do not like how like mixed of a like bag some like certain anime subreddits can be. Like I think there should be more like, you know, there's supposed to be like containment zones of like, if you want to post like the spicy content, you go to the spicy content, you go to the spicy content subreddit. But so often people just don't mix the two. Don't mix it, or they don't tag it. And then they go, that's not safe for work. But like, buddy, if I opened this on my computer at work and those gazongas were going gazonga on my work monitor, I'd be kicked out. It was like one of my least, when I really like Uma Musume, the mobile gacha game. And I like the strategy part of the game a lot. I think it's fun. And before there was a separate subreddit, like before the game subreddit became more like active, a lot of it was just mixed into like one subreddit, like if you're into the media and the franchise. And I like, to be fair, I like all aspects of Uma Musume. I like watching the anime. I like the girls. I like the designs. I like all of it. But my goodness, sometimes I would like look for like content on like, I want to learn more about how to do this special strategy. I want to learn more about this deck. I want to like learn how should I play this. And it's just like people talking about Uma Musume wives and like all that. And I'm like, I get it. I get it. You want to marry them. That's cool and great for you. That's great. I just want to learn how to prepare for the CM. I think it's like the problem of subreddits. It's like they're too much of like, compared to the back in the day in the forums, there was the overarching forum and then there were sub forums. We don't have enough, like, we need more like filters. I love Goldchip. I love Goldchip too. My favorite though is probably Tokai Teo. I really like Tokai Teo. If you watch the Uma Musume anime and season 2, that character, like Tokai Teo's like won my heart over in that season. I cried so hard watching that season. Something about this indomitable spirit of like competition and like working so hard and things sometimes not turning out, and then sometimes it just ends up turning out. It's like, that's a tearjerker. It's a tearjerker for me. I'm moved so easily. I want to do a like watch along one of these days, but it's also going to be a little embarrassing for me because depending on what we pick, or I pick, I cry so easily over like everything. I get moved, I get touched so easily. There was something that happened in The Boys season 5 that a lot of people said, oh, that wasn't even who would cry over that? And then I was thinking, I cried over that. Like, I want to see some cool fan art information about the show, not this weird tentacle stuff. Okay, tentacle stuff is crazy. Yes. It was. I was moved. I'm just moved so easily. I'm too empathetic. I don't know. When I see sad stuff, I go, no, we can't have sad stuff. How could they do that? That's not allowed. I just vibe in r/speculative evolution with my friends with all the cool critters and project everyone makes. That's nice. I think as you get into more niche subreddits, these problems are less, these problems don't exist as much. Like, I think they get worse as you get into more, like, popular... Especially, I think, when it's, like, anime, like a medium of some kind. And also, maybe if there's cute girls, like anime girls. I think anime girls... anime girls are wonderful, but then they also bring its own set of problems. I've only ever cried to a silent voice in Violet Evergarden anime-wise. Oh, those are very sad. I've cried a lot watching those. I couldn't tell you all the anime that I've cried to, because I've cried to, like, a lot. What was the saddest thing I watched? I think A Silent Voice is very, very sad. Probably the saddest thing is anime-wise is probably Grave of the Fireflies. It's how can you not cry? Like, I ugly cried to that. Perseverance and determination are such powerful feelings. It's hard not to be moved by characters who keep fighting for their dreams and working hard. I know, Possum. It's like one of the most moving things. It's probably why I really like idol-related things. I've said this before, but idol shows and like the medium, like Idol Master, Love Live, Uma Musume, those are all just like sports anime in disguise, but with like cute girls and idol singing and dancing. Because it's all just about like the perseverance and determination and trying to make like your dreams come true, which is also what sports animes are about. Mm. 'Angel Beats' and Euroline April, those are so sad. Oh my gosh, those are really sad. The tradition was to watch Grave of the Fireflies on Valentine's Day in undergrad. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I don't think I feel like I would have a hard time. I haven't rewatched that in so long, mostly because I know it just makes me cry so bad to the point like I get a headache. It's just Haikyuu with a lot more effort. Exactly. Like, it's volleyball, but you know, with dancing and singing and being a cute idol girl. Every idol anime like makes me cry. Love Live, Idol Master, Uma Musume, anything in that regard, in that vein, will make me cry. That's not. 5 centimeters per second is so sad. Oh my gosh, that one's really sad too. It's just sad anime it's sad anime time. The best part of the anime is it makes you interested in things you usually wouldn't be. Your line of classical music. Yeah, it's. I think that's really fun. I really like this older anime bartender. It's literally just about like a guy serving. It's a very chill 2000s anime with just like a guy who works at a bar. It's called Bartender, right? Bartender Glass of Gods. I'm sorry, I forgot the subtitle. But I wouldn't be interested in like a bartending anime, but it's very cozy. It's very chill. It's kind of like lost in the it's lost to the years though. I don't really see people talk about it. That's such a good one. Oh, see, okay, there's someone that I see. There's someone that knows about it. We do love hype moment slop as well. You know, sometimes you gotta contrast the hype moment slop with the sad. I don't really like that it's crossing like that. Writing that one down for future reference, bartender. It's really good. I honestly, I can't. Well, can I tell you more beyond the vibe? Not really. I don't really. It's been so long since I watched it, but I just know I really enjoyed the vibe of it, and I also really like the opening song. The opening song is really nice. Botan Kamina is a show. It's just a student who likes to drink, but it's one of the best things this season. I haven't really watched anything this season. What's even airing? I'm gonna Google anime of the season. What's even going on? Does anyone? What's any good? Oh yeah, Witch Hat Atelier is on. I read the manga, so but I'm just I haven't watched the anime just yet. I've heard a lot of good things about the anime though. I heard the animation's beautiful. 30 blah, 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 blah. A lot of season 2s. Nothing I feel I am like in awe of like starting right away, I have to say. Nothing's jumping out at me in this. I'm still waiting for Dungeon Meshi Season 2. Where is that? I saw Digimon airing. I felt my knees crunch from age. Oh gosh, Digimon. Digimon is like one of those series. It's still like alive and kicking, and I hear the games are actually pretty fun. It's something like I want to get into just because I hear it's fun. And like someone said that I would enjoy the games. Like they're pretty cool. Which Hat is the most stunning thing to come out this year? Such a massacre. We're all waiting for Dungeon Meshi Season 2. I'm sitting impatiently, but I feel like there hasn't been like any word. Though I saw that they're having an art exhibit for Dungeon Meshi and the artist in LA this summer, and I'm so jealous. If anyone lives in the area, they should go see it. Go see it for me, because I'm like, if I lived anywhere close to it, I would go in a heartbeat, but it's way too far away. Why is it in LA of all places? What about no one ever wants to come to the East Coast? It's almost like things are far. like I haven't. Have I watched any like interesting anime recently? I was watching I was watching Dress Up Darling, rewatching it recently. Mostly because I couldn't remember what happened in it. And I have to say, it's a very cute show. It's very cute. I forgot like how fan service like I forgot exactly how fan servicey Dress Up Darling is. Something, I guess I blocked it in my head just about how much fan service there was. Digimon Digital Monsters, the first movie with the virus that wanted to take over the world. The movie is really, really, really good. I remember the first movie vividly. As a kid, I was like blown away at how good it was. And then like as I grew up, I was like, man, why is it so good? And then I learned it was directed by Mamoru Hosoda, who did what is it, Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Summer Wars, and I was like, oh, I just got treated to such like a masterpiece as a young child. I loved Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Summer Wars, but Girl Who Leapt Through Time especially. Oh my gosh, there is another movie. That's another movie to add to the sad tears list. Girl Who Leapt Through Time, waterfall of tears when I think about what happens. No one comes down to the South Coast Gulf of Mexico either. So many things are just always it's always like in the West Coast. But I get it, especially when it comes to things that are from Japan. It's a lot easier just to go from Japan to the West Coast and then usually go back to Japan versus going all the way across the country. Oh, who is the director? Mamoru Hosoda? I can double check it. Mamoru Hosoda. I can send it. There you go. There you go, Possum. I can tune out fanservice. It can annoy me if someone drops a really good show because of it. I don't usually drop shows because of fan service. I don't really get like. I am not annoyed by fan service. I blanked that it's just completely like it's a lot. It was just a lot of fan service. Don't suppose you've watched Sunny Boy? I remember watching Sunny Boy. That's the Madhouse show, right? It was animated by Madhouse. It was like the alternate dimension. I don't remember a lot of it, I have to say, though. Maybe I should rewatch it. I kind of want to do like some anime rewatching. Sometimes when I feel like I can't find anything new to rewatch, I just end up watching the same things over and over again. I've got like a issue. It's just more can't find anything new. Time to put on the comfort anime shows. Time to rewatch Ouran High School for like the 50th time. Ever since I rewatched Toradora, I'm scared to rewatch Below, so in case they're not as good as initially thought. Oh, I really liked Toradora as a kid. I haven't rewatched that as an adult though, but it probably I'm guessing it probably is not that good. But man, I remember being so moved as a child, and I would watch it all the time, and But when I think about like the plot points now, I think it kind of upset me, especially like thinking like just like a lot of the problems, especially in that show, I think comes down to like people not communicating with each other. And so I'd probably get pretty annoyed. I'd be like, just talk to each other. Just talk to each other. Just say something. I rewatched Trigun because I love Melee. Oh, Trigun's really good. I have a problem where recently I just rewatch all my old favorites. I need to see new ones. It's just so something about it is so comforting to like, you know what's gonna happen, and you get to see the thing again, and you get to see these old characters in a setting you like. It's just so like, it's so nice, and you know you're gonna enjoy it instead of like, I'm watching a new thing and I might not enjoy it. Love Toward, I agree that communication problems is the main driving force of the plot is really annoying. Because I can't remember the red hair girl's name. But I remember even as a kid, I was kind of annoyed by her whole, like, part of the, like, the whole thing of, like, not communicating. It was my first show I rewatched last year. I was like, yeah, this is kind of mid. That's fine. Sometimes it's not everything is gonna be like 10 out of 10. Sometimes it's just like a 6 out of 10. Characters having problems with louder proportion because they're refusing me is easily my least liked trope. I know, it's just like, it just feels so contrived. It's so like, such a weak force. Like, I would have rather at least they talk to each other, and then they, like, they communicate, but, you know, they don't necessarily agree with, like, what happened, like, the result of that communication. I would rather that than pretending like we're just not gonna say anything, and we're gonna, like, let things toil and trouble and all that. I recently rewatched Code Geass and was surprised to see how well it holds up. I actually just recently rewatched that too. I forgot that I recently rewatched it. I was watching that with someone who never saw it before, which like blew my mind because Code Geass was like everywhere, and then they had no idea what even happens in the show. Mostly because it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of out of the zeitgeist. Like, you don't really see Code Geass even talked about. And I was also surprised at how good the show is still. Okay, the table scene is a little... the person turned to me and was like, what's that about? They're like, what was that about? And I was like, okay, I couldn't even like explain it. I was like, you know, she's just really, 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 really devoted to her. Like, really, 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 really. And Eureka 7. I haven't rewatched Eureka 7, but I loved Eureka 7. And also I love this, like, the art is just beautiful. I remember I really liked the world. I should rewatch that. I would not be surprised that holds up, because I feel like, even as I watched it, I almost thought, like, oh, this just feels so ahead of its time. I don't know how the Friends show got so popular, because the whole show was based on miscommunications. I never found Friends that entertaining as, like, a sitcom. Because of that. It's just, like... It's just a bunch of, like, people who are just not talking to each other. Just talk to each other. Just talk to each other. And it's not as cute. It's especially not as cute when they're not anime characters. These are just... It's just, like, middle... Like, it's just, like, people in their 30s. Real humans not talking to each other. I don't know how to draw. I want to draw that. Sounds very accurate. I'm a grown adult that refuse to communicate. You know, that's not even a lie. Why are there so many people that don't just talk? Just say something. You guys ever go on like Reddit? I'm so guilty. Like, this is like my reality TV show slop, like looking at things like, am I the asshole, or relationship problems, or like, did I do something wrong? Am I overreacting? And it's just people who want to know if they're right. And so many times in these situations, it's just people that won't talk. It's just they are in some issue because they are on Reddit instead of talking to the person that they have an issue with. It's like, hi, I'm F30. I'm F37 years old. My partner, he got me these roses, and it was actually not that great because I actually don't like roses. I'm allergic to roses, and it really made me mad. And now I'm just angry and upset that he doesn't really care about me, because how could he not know that I'm allergic to roses? And how am I supposed to deal with this? What should I do? And then the first comment is like, divorce him. I eat that up. Am I? Oh my gosh, Possum. That story is insane. I ate 4 feet of a 6-foot sandwich and to be shared for a party of 8 people. Did I do something wrong? I'll never forget that story. I feel for the people. Sometimes they are in like genuinely like some really sucky situations. Like, oh man, that does suck. It sucks that nobody they were kind of mean to you. That's pretty sucky. But yes, you should maybe talk to the people you are having a problem with. Instead of listening to the people on your phone, stop. Maybe the people on your phone, they will not have good advice for you. Maybe they will tell you to do very drastic things like divorce, break up with them, lawyer up. How do you even eat 4 feet of anything? If you're measuring your food in length, you're not okay, my friend. I think that guy, he sounded like he genuinely had some kind of relationship, his relationship with food was a problem. I felt genuinely bad for him because you're not it's unfortunately you're not doing so well. You might not be very healthy living if you're eating 4 feet of a sub in one sitting in a party. I'm sorry. And so I felt bad that they were giving him grief over it, but also you ate 4 feet of the sub for a party. The divorce rate's so high because everyone goes on the Am I the Asshole sub. It probably is. Everyone is terrible in those subreddits. The people that aren't communicating, and the people who also think you should just the response to everything is to do the most extreme thing of break up, divorce, take your children and leave this man forever, leave without telling them. It's like everyone crazy. I guess it shouldn't do that. It's either a joke or envy they have a partner. I also think a lot of those people. I used to think Reddit was mostly like older adults, but I think lately, as of late, I feel like there's so many children on like all these subreddits. So often I feel like I'm running into a minor like talking about their being 14, which is crazy talk. And I think there's a lot of those subreddits that are just, like, where people are saying the most extreme things. I think they're like literal children who don't know how to problem solve, and they think the adult solution is like, you know, something's wrong, divorce, to get out. Oh, ah. Heh. Heh, heh. You're no rip. It's more than likely kids rage baiting adults. That's also true. I hate that so many things online. It's like, I feel like you can't really take anything online seriously. Everyone just likes rage baiting. Why are we such why must we rage bait everything? Why must everything be rage bait? Engagement bait. AI posts. Next time is the one. It's like that meme picture of the gambler and like they're digging in the diamond mines. Like, you know, next one is the one. You can't leave now. You can't stop autoclaving me now. The next autoclave is surely gonna hit. We need more wholesome posting. We do. We need people to be more vulnerable, but it's scary being vulnerable online. My sister likes rage baiting and it works, unfortunately. I feel like I get, like, when people are trying to rage bait, I just feel like the best approach is like you just kind of go, whatever, man. Fine. Try to just say something. Try to just say something stupid. I guess. Whatever. I guess that's what you want to do. Do you draw using a tablet? I do. I use a Huion Canvas Pro. I don't know what size this is. I think this is 16. Pro 16. It's the 15-inch one. It's got a display. It's the one that has a display on it. So, like, I'm usually, like, looking down. I need you to understand, I only use my points for check-ins to say hello and everything goes to the autoclave. I will get you with the autoclave eventually. You will. You will. And surely the next one is the hit. It's surely the next one. The amount of older people I see falling for AI stuff is scary. I used to think it was just older people, but I feel like everyone's almost like falling for AI stuff. I know there's very obvious AI stuff, and then there's like the not so obvious AI stuff, like that really requires you to take a step back, either because of it's like a subtle thing or just the premise of it doesn't make a lot of sense. AI, it's just gonna get like harder and harder. It sucks. I got one for my studies, but I also use it for art sometimes, although it's rare and often bad. Oh, don't say that about your art. I have a lot of different... I've gone through so many different tablets through my art journey. This is like my latest one that I got 2 years ago now. I really like this one. What are your hidden talents? I feel like you're holding out on us. Can you burp your ABCs? I definitely cannot burp my ABCs. Do I have anything like a hidden talent? Nothing I can. Let me. What can I do that's crazy? I feel like I can't. Hold on. I'm going to have to get back to you. It's so hard. It's like asking me for my resume on the spot, you know? I'm like in a job interview and they're asking me, what can I do? What can I provide? What's your opinion on AI art? I do not like AI art. Generative AI art, I am not a fan of. I don't think it's like, it's very ethical, like the way the AI art, like the training methods. I am not a fan. Oops, not that. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it here. My hand is my wrist is starting to hurt. I can't draw for too long. Can you fold your tongue until itself like a tube? No. I just tried and I can't. Okay, my wrist is starting to hurt, so I'm going to take it easy. I will see you guys later. I will put up a schedule for next week. So I'll see you guys Monday. I might stream Monday. So anyway, I'll see you then. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for hanging out, you guys. Bye, 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 bye.